Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm a teacher librarian here in Australia in Canberra, and I'm just going to do 3 books in 3 minutes reviews. Today I'm looking at books for probably 9 to 14-year-olds. One is aimed at 8+, but really I can't see how an 8+ person would really get any enjoyment out of it. So the 3 books I'm going to review are Ruby on the Outside, Crenshaw, and If This Were a Story. So I'm going to actually start with Crenshaw because it's an older book, and the book, I'm just going to read off my notes here because it's going to be easier. So it's basically about 10-year-old Jackson and how he's struggling through life. His dad is sick, his mum's working numerous jobs to try and keep it all together for the family, and his little sister is just looking to Jackson for answers. Jackson needs someone to talk to. It's really quite sad in his home. It looks like they may be evicted, not for the first time in his life. He's actually lived part of his life homeless in a car. So his imaginary friend Crenshaw turns up and tries to help Jackson just see life from a different perspective. Tries to give him asks him a few questions to help Jackson try and work out some answers. It has a fairly happy ending. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but things sort of come together. Okay. The next book is If This Were a Story. This book is aimed at 9 to 12-year-olds, according to the Kirkus Review. I found it a real struggle to read this book. It is so sad. It's not explicit, but I believe the young girl Hannah has depression, and she's really, really, really struggling. She is, from memory, about 10 or 11. She might, because she's going into middle school, so yeah, probably that's the right age. I'm just going to put the book down. She looks like she's being bullied. People are worried about her, and she's also having to deal with problems at home. There seems to be some kind of emotional violence, I suppose, towards her mother. Between the father, there's a real struggle, and she's having to deal with these 2 people fighting all the time. And so she's looking for an outlet. Her one outlet that she's good at is spelling, but there's a girl that is there's conflict between them. Really sad, and I struggle. I almost want to cry when I look at the cover. The last one is Ruby on the Outside. Again, another really sad book, but it has some happy endings because Ruby is able to try and talk to people. So basically, Ruby is an 11-year-old who's about to start middle school, and she is just really holding on to some pain. Her mum is in jail. Her auntie is looking after her, but her auntie is always travelling, and so she's got a nanny kind of person that looks after her. She's about to go into middle school. She's not really taking any friends with her, and she just doesn't know how her life is going to come together. And she doesn't want to tell anyone that her mum's in jail because she thinks that it would be they would judge her for that. She finds a friend, and she comes to terms with mum being in jail. And it has a kind of happy ending because she can kind of feel like she can talk to people about it. Sorry to do 3 sad books, but for some kids these books are important. Dealing with a parent in jail, dealing with poverty, and dealing with depression. Thanks very much for listening.